Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on this one, we're going to be playing with my Shaman yet again. And he is still level 1. Now, I haven't really been concentrating too much on leveling him up. I've actually just been running around, checking out the area. A white wolf, what is he? Well, he's threatening, so I guess he probably will attack me. But he's yellow, so I want to stay away from him. I want to fight a few more skeletons who are level 1. Not very many other creatures are level 1. The spiders are still too hard for me to fight. I can kill a bear if I'm lucky, but it's really, really close. White wolf, yeah, I gotta stay away from that guy. So yeah, a little bit hard to start off. The group over here that was here a little while ago is gone finally. There we go, a knoll pup. So I'm gonna attack this guy. Now remember, these do give you a faction hit, but it's perfectly fine at this for this class that we're playing, this race, a Barbarian, Shaman. If you're playing, somebody different, it may come into play on your game. Every race has different factions to start off with that they're, in good favor with, and negative ones that they're not so hot with, and probably will get attacked on sight if you go near them. Usually, if you're going to be playing an evil race, you're kind of... I don't know, I'm not hitting this guy at all. You know what? I forgot completely to go pick up my armor. Okay, so we're going to leave this real quick. I had just died on the last video, and I completely forgot to run over here and pick up my armor. So let's go ahead and cancel our attack. Come over here. We can pick up our armor while he's attacking. And we should be able to kill him off pretty easy. Yeah, so remember to get your armor, guys. At this level, I don't really have anything on my corpse to speak of, really, but... Here we go. Now I can kill him. At least I should be able to. At least I have a weapon. Oh, there we go. 8 damage. I crush him. Was that another little bit, not too much. 1 point. He had nothing on him, but I got about 2 bubbles of experience actually off of that guy because he's even. And you get more experience off of creatures that are even to you, even more off of yellows, and even more than that off of reds. But as you can see, if you take on something too hard, not only you're not going to get the experience, but you're going to die and possibly lose experience on it. So I don't think we've taken on a white wolf at this level. So I'm going to try it, and if we die, well, we'll deal with that. But actually, before I do that, I am going to put my buff on and show you guys what that does. And you can see my hit points actually went up, so I have more hit points than I started with. Oh, great. Let me attack this guy. Wasn't planning on taking this guy on, but at least it's nice to know that they are ready to attack. So if I had gotten too close to this other one, or even still, if I still get too close. Now you can do what people refer to as pulling these creatures further back if you want. Usually, though, you want to do that facing them, if at all possible, because if you show your back to this creature, your avoidance, your AC basically goes down. Oh, great, we're not going to survive this. Okay, so we're going to run it. We'll see if we can get back to the guards in time. Now, when running away from an enemy, I've noticed that if you can pick up enough speed to get out of their attack, and then you make a correction, a turn of some sort, they will usually always catch up with you and hit you at least once. So you want to make as few course corrections as possible if you expect to make it there. And I didn't quite do it, so went ahead and died again. Oh, actually, I'm just unconscious, which basically means they've gotten my hit points down to 0, but haven't quite gotten that extra little hit to kill me. So I'm just bleeding or something on the ground, but that almost never happens. That's super rare, and is weird that it's happened so often lately, but I guess it's because I have so few hit points that, and they're doing so few hit points, because they're usually hit for 1 hit or 1 damage a piece sometimes, so that really allows them to get all the way down to 0 hit points to actually do something. So we're going to go ahead and put our spells back on. which again at this level does take quite a long time for it to count down slowly, bit by bit. It doesn't normally take that long at higher levels. You're going to put them on pretty quickly, and yeah, you're going to use spells that are sometimes 10 or more levels lower than what you actually are, because it's just the best one you have. I think you get like Cure Disease at level 1 for a cleric. Doesn't really get better than Cure Disease. If you cure a disease, you cure it. I mean, there's no Super Cure Disease or something like that. So you're going to be using a level 1 spell at a higher level simply because that's just the best you have. And so that one will be incredibly easy to mim, because you're max level when you're miming a level 1 spell. So yeah, it gets a little quicker. Let's see. I think we'll be fine. I mean, I've been taking a lot of risk at this low level because it doesn't really mean too much for me if I die. I'm actually losing so little experience that it's not that big of a deal. But at higher levels, I usually will not take this big of a risk. Is he gonna make it? Maybe. I think he will. Let's watch him. If not, then we can toss him a heal if he gets close to it. Okay, yeah, he's gonna make that. And you'll see the guards. Hopefully we'll help him out in time. See, he stopped and he's still getting hit. If you're that low on life, sometimes the best bet is to just keep running. The guards will eventually, join the fight. It may take them a couple seconds of delay, and then of course they have to catch up to the creature and have to start hitting the creature to kill him. And depending on what level the guards are and what level the creatures are, they may do that in one hit, or it may take them, 10 or 15 hits to do that. And so if you're really, really low on life, and you're hoping the guards will save you, and you can't take more than 1 or 2 hits more, my bet, or my best decision on that one would be to just keep running it and zone it, because usually where there's guards, there's a zone there too. But if you can't zone it, just keep running it. Run it around in circles, but don't ever stop, because if you do, the guards may not get there in time, and you may end up dying anyway. So come on, let's go with it. He should have seen me. Yeah, I think he's running. There he is. So he saw me and he ran after me, and I pulled him over here to this little corner. Now, in other games that you may have played, MMOs, when you fight a creature, it may have a certain distance that it can run before it decides that it no longer wants to attack you. Let's look at this cloth choker. 1 AC, well that's better than nothing, which is what we have on right now. Look at the class, all classes, races, humans, barbarians, Brutiites, but we already have barbarians there, so that means we can wear it. So we'll click on that. Let's see, so how close are we to the level? Probably one more kill. One more kill should do it for us to get us to level 2. And I am taking my time on this guy. It's with my cleric, I noticed that I level really, really quickly in the same spot, and that's highly enjoyable for me. I enjoy doing that because I remember back to the day when I played my cleric, and that's what I got used to doing, and it's really fun for me. But oh wait, what level is this guy? Oh, he's even. Let's kill him. Try to, anyways. But I do realize that I don't get to show you that much of the zone. It really is just here's one room. Look at it with me for a while, because there's not much to show because you don't move around too much. Level 2. Let's go ahead and loot that. I should be able to kill a woolly spider now. Although these guys were yellow to me at level 1 and now they're blue to me at level 2. That doesn't make any sense unless I happen to find the only level 1 spider in the entire zone. Here we go. So we're going to kill that guy. But yeah, I realized I didn't get to show you a lot of the different creatures and things of that sort. And I knew I was going to do that eventually with my tank when I got to pull those zones. But by that point, you guys would probably be completely and totally sick of seeing Unrest or the zone that I was in, because you are there for a long time. And that's kind of the point to those videos, is I want you guys to feel... I guess I can't loot this. There's like nothing there to click on. There we go. What is this? Woolly fungus. This stuff to sell, but I might bring in a little bit of cash. What about this guy? I want to kill one of these. He's even. Hopefully we can do it. Oh, we weren't full life to boot. Well, we'll have to see how well we do. But, yeah, I mean, part of some of the things people will reminisce about and talk about is just the endless amount of time that you spent in a certain zone. And that's why they have such fond memories of it. You know, Unrest immediately brings back memories for people. Oh, yeah, the trains. Oh, yeah, I remember sitting in the main room for a gazillion years. I remember killing zombies for a gazillion years. You know, it just... these are the memories people have. And so I wanted to show you and almost let you relive that or live it for the first time. Because, you know, if you watch the videos every night or do binge watching where you watch, you know, 10 or 15 of those videos in a row, you'll start to get the feel of, oh my god, I'm tired of being in this room, or how many more zombies am I going to kill? And that's the whole point. That's when you start to actually feel or start to think like the other players who've been playing the game for that long. Because it is something that goes through your mind. You're just like, you know, I think I might go someplace different tomorrow. And it's not that the zone that you're in sucks, but I don't think that healed me at all. There we go. But yeah, it's not that the zone that you're in sucks, it's just that you want something different. And so a lot of the time, you go out of your way to go to another zone because you just, you know, you want to see a different place. You want to go to someplace different. And you normally probably wouldn't have done that. There's a lot of games that are incredibly large that you can play MMOs. And, you know, as you're going through those games... Let me... Oh, no. I don't know if I can take both of these guys on. And if you don't think you can take them both on, you're almost better off running it while you have the life to make it. Yeah, I think I'm going to run it. Because I don't think I can make that. Let's go ahead and put our auto run on. Here we go. And that is, I think it's the numlocks key or the num key on the right-hand side of the keyboard. Can't see it right now because it's in the dark, but you click that and you'll just start running. Now try not to run over somebody. You know, if there's somebody there, if you can run around them, usually the train won't, you know, get them, won't splinter off of you and attack them. But not always. So if you run directly over somebody, there's almost a guaranteed chance that it's going to stop attacking, at least some of them will, stop attacking you and attack them because you're running right across them. So, you know, just try to run around them if at all possible. You know, if you're about to die, then, you know, just take the death because it's better than getting a bad reputation, in my opinion. There we go. So it killed it for me. Now, because I attacked it, and then the guards killed it, I didn't get any experience because if the guards do more than 51% of the experience, they get the kill. But I still got the faction hit because I attacked the creature. So if you're a healer class like myself, where I can heal other players, I can buff other players, you need to be very, very careful about who you buff up and who you heal when they're doing something. If you walk by and you see a Necro attacking a Quanos guard, and you want to give him a buff or something like that, make sure he's not in combat. Make sure the fight is over with, which can be very hard to tell sometimes if you're doing something with a Necro, because their pet may be, you know, at a distance. It may be significantly off away from the camera where you're at, and you can't see it doing something. You give the guy a buff, and then he kills the guard. You now get that faction hit because you helped him out while he was in combat. It's almost as if you walked up to the guard and attacked him while he was attacking somebody. So, yeah, you got to be very, very careful about who you heal if they're, you know, doing something. If they're out here in an area attacking creatures that you yourself are attacking, then there's no worry. There's nothing negative that could possibly happen because you know what that creature is going to do, and you know if the faction that the creature is giving you is okay because you're killing those creatures yourself. But if he's killing something that you're not familiar with, or killing something you know outright gives your character bad faction with somebody that you don't want negative faction with, then you can't heal them. You can't buff them up, because if you do, you're going to get that unfortunate hit on that the faction. So let's see. I don't want to get rid of anything that stacks. So I guess we'll leave it here, even though that's probably worth a decent amount. If you can have stackable items, you can go back with more on you. That guy's yellow. So that's why I wasn't able to take these guys on. They're not yellow at level 1, which they are, but they're not just yellow at level 1. They're also yellow at level 2, which means they're at least level 3, maybe level 4. So that's probably why you can't take them on at level 1. This guy's even, so let's take this guy on. And you got to remember that if you walk up to a spider and you con him and he's even to you, the next guy may not be. There is a range of levels that could spawn in any one given area. So you come up to an area that has, 10 spiders in it. Any one of those spots where those spiders spawn could have a spider that's level 10 per se, or level 11, maybe level 12, all the way up to level 13. Sometimes even more of a level range than that in that one given spot. So it can be very difficult to tell which spiders to attack and which ones not to, just off of the looks, which is why you have to actually con everything. You have to make sure everything you're attacking is going to be something you can kill, because the one time you don't pay attention to that is usually the time it's going to kill you. So, and then you also got to keep in mind that within the zone could be several different areas that have spiders, and each one, watch out for that skeleton, high level skeleton that roams around over here in a newbie area. And they do that to make you aware of your surroundings. I don't really say I want to hate games that do it, but I dislike games that when you start it off, you already feel like the king of your domain. I mean, you're already the big shot on the block, and you're only level 1. You can run through the entire level 1 map and feel like there's nothing to threaten you. And I'm like, that's usually, for me anyways, something I like to build up to in a game, to feel that superior, that I've gotten to level 15, and that's why I'm kind of a big shot in this low level zone. You don't really get that in a lot of the games out there. In this one, you get to feel like the low level dude who has to watch out for everything around him. And eventually, as you get to a higher level, you do get to feel like that, like after you've earned it. So, yeah, I do enjoy it this route rather than, just giving it to me, basically. So we can't pick that up. Let's go ahead and cancel that. Oh, watch out for that guy. But one thing I do remember about these high-level creatures that run around that will almost inevitably catch you at some given point when you're not paying attention. It's just going to happen. You're gonna have just leveled, and you're gonna park yourself on a wall somewhere and start memorizing your new spells, and then you just happen to be sitting too far down on the wall, and he'll see you and attack you and kill you, or you'll be running back with a train on you and you run into him. I mean, there's just a number of things that will result in that you're going to run across him at some given time, and he will kill you, and he'll probably do it more than once, and it will be one of those deaths that eventually you just get tired of him being in this area. But by the time you're high enough to kill him, you're no longer here anymore. You moved on further into the zone, or gone to a completely different zone. And so there will be people who will literally have so much emotion built into that character and the fact that he was always killing him, that they will literally come back to the zone just to kill that guy a few times, even if they don't get any experience out of it. And I find that kind of cool. I find that is like, you're making such an impact on a person that they have like emotions caught up into the character and the game in such a way that they will take time out of their day just to go kill a pixelated creature because that stupid creature killed him 150 times back in the day, and it's hilarious, and I completely relate to it in some ways. So yeah, it's definitely one of those games that draws you in, and you got to watch out for that. Be very careful with that, because some people when it comes to MMOs, especially one like this that can draw you in so deeply, they lose themselves in it completely and totally. And I can't really say there's anything, bad about that if you're the right person at the right time in your life to do that. But it's really hard to maintain all those tasks that you have to in a given day. If you have a lot of responsibility, if you always are constantly thinking about sitting down and playing the game and just relaxing and vegging out, and just having a good time. So yeah, just make sure that you keep it in proportion, at all times, because yeah, it can get very addicting and very consuming. And it also is a pretty hard game to come back to if you've been gone for a while, because you do kind of get out of practice a little bit. Now, that practice will come back after, an hour or two playing, sometimes less, but, it's very, kind of overwhelming and kind of intimidating to come back to, oh, I don't get that Ice Goblin Scout, to come back to the game and jump into a group. If you're, an enchanter or a healer, one of those primary classes that really takes a lot of timing, to get right. Oh, great! I got this guy. Kill this guy. But yeah, it can be kind of intimidating, but you will pick it up really quickly once you actually come back to the game and get back into it. But you got to remember that there is, like I said, it's really about skill at higher levels. Everybody will have the same spells and the same, pretty much the same armor. I mean, there's the really, really good pieces in the game, and those are the best ones you can possibly have. Everybody goes out of their way to get it. So, unlike in other games where you may have a huge variety of different armor that have different stats, and you can really tweak your character the way you prefer to play them, this one doesn't really have that kind of detail or that kind of control. And you can look at that as a negative or a positive. I don't really have a huge opinion on that one, because I don't know if that would change the game. I've seen games that have both really detailed and really specialized armor that are completely and totally fine, and then I've seen games that don't, that are also completely and totally fine. So I don't know if this game had that kind of detail on its weapons, if it would change the type of game it was, or if it would still have the same feel, just with more ability to specialize your characters. And I don't really think it would have a negative impact on it too much, because even if you could kind of specialize your character, it wouldn't really change your role in a group. I mean, the spells alone that your character has really determine the way you're going to be playing that character in a group and what you're going to be doing. So yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of an interesting server to play on if they did something like that, just to see how it would actually play out, if it would be an improvement or not. I know recently Sony said it was completely okay for this server to start making changes to, basically adding new zones that never existed, if that's what they want to do. I'm not really sure if I like that, or if that would be something people would be interested in, but this is bear meat, wolf meat. I guess we're going to go ahead with the meat, because I don't think we're going to get another ration anytime soon. So we'll drop that on the ground. I love the snow sound in the background. I wish it was more to it. Let me go ahead and toss this guy a heal, just because. Let me see, what race or class is he? Shaman. It's gonna toss him a buff, but he can cast the exact same buff on himself. Is he gonna survive this? Probably not. He probably wouldn't have survived that if I wasn't here. Now he will. Okay, so let's run over here. Don't give him any time to see my name and thank me for it. Let's see who's over here. Wow, she's been killing all this stuff over here. She doesn't want any of the loot. Let's see what level. She's level 1? How is that possible? Somebody else must have killed all this, because there's no way a level 1 killed these unless she was tweaked out. And if she was tweaked out to the point where she would need to be able to kill those, you know, she would have on more than, yeah, basically, I don't know if you could call that a bra, but it's like a leather bustier or something, and then a kilt, which is perfect to wear when you're out in the frozen tundra. Let's see. Oh, Vengeful Soulless. Got to keep an eye out. They look the exact same as the decaying skeletons. You know, of course, they did that on purpose to make you pay attention and get used to not being the big dog on campus. So let's run back over here and sell. And I'm not going to zone into the zone this time. I'm actually going to sell to the NPCs that are right here on the outside, because I don't think we still have enough to buy a backpack. The backpack was like 6 gold. It's going to take a while to build up to that, and then again, that's only going to be 1 backpack, and we need probably about 4 of them at least to start with, and then we won't have to run back to town so often. But again, if we can sell just like 1 stack of bone chips, that will give us enough to buy all the backpacks we need, probably all the level 1 spells we didn't get yet. So let's come over here to these guys, or actually these girls, and 1 guy. So yeah, we can sell to these people. We also can buy the backpack pattern if you want. Of course, you have to have the skill level required to make that, plus the ingredients. So yeah, it's not going to come out in your best interest to spend any money on that just yet, unless you are planning on doing tailoring, you know, and actually getting into it. But then, if you're going to do it, you're going to want to use the ingredients you find and not the ones you have to buy, because that's just going to be way, way, way too expensive for you. So let's see, woolly mammoth fungus. This is a snack, so I can't sell it. I guess we'll go ahead and keep it for now. Eat it later on if we have to, or throw it on the ground. Let's see, what does she sell? Anything good? You know, molds for making weapons and stuff. No, nothing from them. What about this guy? Nope, nothing at all. Of course, you can always hail them and see if they say anything by the H button. And nope, no response. And I do love the fire. That's actually pretty cool looking. Kind of reminds me of Minecraft almost, in the, you know, the flames, the way they look. But you got to remember when this game came out in 1999. So yeah, the graphics are a little bit dated in a sense, but for me, when I look at it, I don't really see the imperfections anymore. I just see a giant spike of snow, and you know, I don't really see a lot of games that have these huge obstructions anymore. You know, now that everything's round, everything's so smooth, and you don't really have a jagged pillar coming out of the ground. Nobody likes to have these shapes anymore, even if they, you know, are in a really highly detailed game, and people will know that you did that on purpose to have that shape because everything else is so smooth. But you know, nobody really has these jagged, you know, protruding pillars coming out of. Oh crap! Hold on a second, get away from that guy. And I kind of miss that. I kind of miss because everything has become so open world, which is great. I do enjoy that quite a bit. But everything's become so open world that it seems like programmers are either afraid or not wanting to restrict your movements anymore, to create these giant chasms that force you to go down a certain path. You know, almost like we want to make it difficult for you to get past this area. We want to make it where there's tons of creatures in this ravine that you have to go through or get around somehow, and we don't want you to have another option. Like that's the story we're trying to portray to you. Almost is what I wish some of the programmers would do, and be like, we understand you love being able to run around and do the game however you want, and I am one of those people who love that to the nth degree. But even myself would still enjoy having the programmers who tell us these wonderful stories every once in a while, because they are so good at it. I mean, some of the stories you find in video games will rival that of what you see in movies or read in books. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I enjoy when they put it into the game. But you know, MMOs most commonly, you know, a lot of other games are doing it too, but MMOs most commonly are just ignoring or avoiding forcing you to do anything or go into anyone's space. They kind of just leave it up to you to do it. They give you, not guidelines, but tips, and kind of push you off in a certain direction they prefer you to go into, but not nearly as much or in the ways that I really enjoy. Like these huge canyons are forcing me to either go down, a certain path, and then once I'm there, I literally have to trace my steps to get out of that area, and that's kind of cool. I mean, you can't just be in this wide open area and run around left and right and get lost, go in little circles, and not really move very far from where you're at, because you're killing all these creatures that, there's a gazillion of them put there because they knew it was a low-level zone. They knew you're going to be leveling up, so they gave you more creatures than you really should have. I mean, this one, as you can see, I have to run around to find my creatures. Sometimes there's some up, sometimes there's not. A lot of the time it's too high, or it's not going to give me that much experience, so I don't kill it. And you can see that there's some creatures that are stronger than others, even if they're the same level. Creatures that poison you, like spiders or snakes, will often be avoided in the game because they add that extra little something to your attack, or to their attack, that even if you can kill the creature and not lose to them, not die, you may lose so much life that it takes you an extra 3, 4, 5 minutes to recuperate from that fight, that you could have killed 2 other creatures in that amount of time and gained even more experience. So even though you can kill those creatures, it's not worth it for you. It's better in the long run if you just stick to the easier ones, even if they're a little harder to find. And so that will take a toll or a play on how you actually what creatures you actually kill. So let's see, that guy's yellow, but I can kill this skeleton. Let's see if I can get him without getting this ice goblin. No. I got him. So if you come across a creature, especially a skeleton, that has a weapon in his hand, so this one happens to have a sword, but if you happen to on one with a staff or a shield or a dagger, if he has a staff on his character when you're killing him, that will be on his corpse when you loot him. If he has a sword, there it is right there. He has a rusty skirmish, or scimitar, or whatever, however you want to pronounce that. So, yeah, it's sorry guys, but yeah, it's definitely something you need to keep in mind if you're a necromancer, and when you cast your pet, you want to give him a weapon. That's how you can come across some pretty throwaway ones, the rusty ones that nobody really needs and won't really bring in too much money, but you can use it for that purpose. Let's see if I can get this guy. Oh wow, he hit hard. You can tell just by the sound. Let's see if we can do this. Ugh. I'm not hitting him, and okay, he missed it. Good. No, I don't want to keep missing. Come on, let me hit him. Okay, I got him for 1 point. Okay, 1 point. I need to hit harder than just 1 point. There we go, 5. If I'm gonna have any chance, I need to get some bigger hits. Okay, 8. So my defense got better, which is good, because now I'm hopefully gonna take hits a little bit less. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let me heal myself. There we go. Got a little bit more. Let me toss another heal. No, he interrupted. Toss another heal. Here we go. I go back to him. Hopefully that's gonna be enough. Let's see if we can. 6 points of damage. Nice. He's hitting me pretty hard. 5, 6. I'm gonna have to heal myself again. Come on. Oh, that's all it did. It healed me, but it only went up to 15. There we go. Come on, kill him. Let me hit him hard. No, stop hitting me. Offense got better to 10, because I'll be able to hit a little harder more often. Come on, if I can get him a couple more 8s, I think I might have a chance here. Let me go ahead. Oh, I was going to toss another heal. And I'm bleeding out here. Next hit he gets on me, he's going to kill me. There he goes. Unconscious. And I'm dead. So a little bit too hard for me right now. And you got to keep in mind that I don't really have any armor on. So if you do have a couple pieces of armor that maybe your friend gave you, or somebody just randomly runs by and gives you a couple pieces of armor, you may be able to take these guys on this early. Or if you're playing a certain class that might be able to root or stun them or do something with some of your spells, and you figure you can probably tank a little bit better than a shaman, then you might be able to take that guy on. Let's go ahead and put our spells back up. And I guess we're going to go ahead and end the video here again, guys. If you do enjoy these videos, please take a moment and hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely leave comments down below. Love to hear back from you guys on what you enjoy seeing and what you want to see in the future. Or any questions that you guys might have on how to do certain things that maybe I haven't explained just yet. If you want to see more of a certain creature, you know, skeletons or spiders or something like that in general, let me know, and I'll be happy to do that. And I will be exploring this zone a little bit more in the coming episodes. Probably won't be fighting too much. We're just going to be running around kind of checking it out. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned in the next one. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.